What is going up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. So, we're going to be talking about the top five tech stocks for growth and kind of long-term investing here. Because this is mostly a trading channel, but I kind of want to, expand my horizon here on long-term stocks. So, if you guys like that, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys, like this video, subscribe if you're new. Alright, let's dive right into it. So we all know the first stock here, and this is going to be Amazon. Amazon's one of the fastest growing companies out there. It's worth billions of dollars. The guy who owns it, Jeff Bezos, is the richest man on earth, and he invests in all different types of different things. He invests in space exploration, and Amazon's kind of one of those companies that if you can't beat them, you gotta join them type deal, because they're really just an online giant. They will pretty much destroy any online store out there, just because they offer that prime shipping. Also, they offer a whole bunch of good stuff here. They offer music, they offer movies. So Amazon's more than just a really shipping company. It's a lot. So this stock's valued right now at $1,764. So you might be thinking, well, that's really expensive. And yeah, it is. But I remember when this stock was around $900, a little over a year ago. This stock was around $900. And I thought to myself, wow, that is so expensive. Now imagine what you could have done. You would have doubled your money in a single year, which is very, very good, especially for long-term growth here. So you always got to keep that into consideration. When you think a stock is overextended, always look at the RSI and see if you can get a little bit of a play off it. But if you're going long-term investing, pretty much now you'd be buying this stock like it was in, January, February, March, April, May. In about May of this year, price point wise, and it still has that possibility of pushing all the way back up. So you could make a good amount of money off this, about $300, pretty quick if the stock turns around here. Next one here is Nvidia. Alrighty, Nvidia here is a pretty little bit of a cheaper stock compared to Amazon. It's still expensive, by most people considering. It's $229.17. This company deals with artificial intelligence, so they are into that AI. They like that kind of stuff, and it's on just a slow little upcrease. It's using what line is this? It looks like it's using that 20 moving average line. It's pretty hard support, but it looks like it broke it here, a couple of weeks ago, and now it's gonna see if it can break below this 200-day moving average line. So if you're a trader, you could look at this as a possible play. But if you're a long-term investor, stocks do take little dips. So this stock could very well turn around and push all the way back up to the high of $292.76 very easily. So this stock's an artificial intelligence stock. It's doing big things, revolutionary, a whole bunch of good stuff here. So this one's pretty good. I'm going to most likely wait for it to break over this 200-day moving average. So we're going to create an alert here. Just because I really don't like to buy stocks under this. I would rather wait for it to break over, then we could go long. Because this line right here acts as a very hard support or resistance line for people who are new to investing and new to trading. These are moving average lines. So they pretty much just act as a support or resistance point for it. All right, next one here, the next tech stock, APPN. All right, we can minimize this here so you guys can see that full stock chart here. All right, make sure you guys can see it. All right, so this stock, if you guys can see, let's move myself. Let's see if that might be a little better. All right, so this stock hit a low of, 1962, and it did pop all the way up to a high of 43.61 before it fell off back down to 23.76. Now this company is a company that creates apps and stuff like that. So if you guys think that apps and that type of industry is going to be around for that long term, this stock is going to be a very good player for it. I believe they do have a little bit of either money or production problems. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I would definitely do your research on all of these stocks before you invest. This is just my opinion. So what I'm gonna do here, it looks like since it popped over, once it broke over this point, it used this as a support line. So same thing. We're gonna wait for it to break over this, just because I don't like to buy stocks under it. Just because I always feel like it's gonna have more difficult times. It's gonna have this resistance here. It's gonna have this resistance here. It's gonna have this main resistance here, and then it has this main or another pretty strong resistance point there. So it still has a lot of work to do just to get back up. And then once it gets back up, it can use these as support lines and continue to bounce up, similar to what it did here. It fell off, used this as a support line, supported up, and then used these also as support as it creeped all the way up, hit a high. So that's very interesting. I can't wait to see it. We can also see if we could get a play off that $20 mark. But in the meantime, we're just mostly going to keep an eye on it and see what this stock does. Alrighty, next one here. We all know these next couple that we're going to be talking about. All right, Apple. I believe everybody should have a share of Apple. This company is first $1 trillion company. It's been killing it lately. Pretty much, what is this, a year chart? So 1 year ago, if you would have invested in Apple, you would have had a 41% profit, and that's very, very good. So for those of you that say it's impossible to beat the S&P, well, you could have beat it 4 times with just picking this stock here. And similar to Amazon, this stock was at 157, and actually I bought on one of these pipes down here because I believe it was down here at this 160 area. I gotta check Robinhood here. But anyway, so this stock pushed up, fell off, and I realized this uses it as a very hard, support line. So once it fell back down, I bought back into it as a possible swing trade, and I pretty much just held the stock. And obviously just from this point, from that 160 area, so I believe it was around 165. So 165 all the way till now, it's a 33% profit just from a nice little swing trade that did take a little longer than most swing trades, but the payout was definitely very, very good. I read this as a possible support line, set my stops right below it, and obviously it did very well for me. But for long term, where do we see Apple? Apple, they plan on putting out a car. They plan on doing a whole bunch of revolutionary type tech, ideas, stuff like that. So yeah, I do find this stock to be very valuable, especially right now. Similar to, wow, it might be $219. Well, where do you see this stock in 40 years? Let's go even 3 years ago. This stock was at a low of 80, 89.47 here, and that's a 128% profit in 3 years, which is tremendous. That's killing it. But you always just got to think long term for these stocks here. So I think this has a very good possibility of pushing up. All right, next one here, and the last one is Netflix. Netflix was one of those companies that if you invested in it a long time ago, held those shares, you would have a ton of money. So pretty much this stock went from, within the past 3 years, it hit a low of, that 79, that just round up to 80. It had a low of $80 and a high of $423.21 here. So pretty much if you had invested in app or in Netflix, you'd have around a 250% profit, and that is gnarly. But Netflix, where do we see this long term here? Netflix long term, I believe they are going to offer movies, TV shows, and they're going to use their platform for similar things, that cheaper route to cable, because they are definitely putting a big downturn on whether millennials want to pay $60 or $100 for cable when they can just pay $10 for a Netflix account, especially if Netflix is putting out all the main TV series, they're putting out movies, they're putting out all that good stuff for $10 a month. So they're pretty much helping the consumer, which is a big thing. Also, this stock, obviously did very well for all the investors, but a lot of people thought it was very risky and no one would really do it, switch from cable, but obviously it did very well for them. But another thing that could be a possible downturn for Netflix is Netflix. I don't know if this is true, but there was rumors a while back that said they were going to run ads on Netflix. And, I feel like that could be a little bit of a downturn, because when I think of paying money for Netflix, I feel like you shouldn't have to, but that's just me. Even if it's a 30-second ad, every TV series. But I don't know. I feel like some people would kind of stay away from it if they had those ads, but that's just me. All right, so I believe that's it. Let's check here. All right. Yeah. All right, so that's it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please sure to like, subscribe, comment if you're new. If you want to be part of the trading group chat here, we have our trading floor, day trading, swing trading, our watch list for the day, long-term stock profit and losses, and just a little bit of a hangout area. We have a little education center here. It's just a very motivated and entrepreneur type atmosphere. So, that's it, though. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the weekend.